Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Deja and today we are picking our April TBR. Like, it's April already. Like, when and where did the time go? When did it happen and where did it go? Because I feel like it just turned 2024. So I have our little bowl here. So I'm excited to pick for today's video for April. I don't know, I'm excited because I usually like know what I want to read, like, you know, have like an idea of a few books that I want to try to get into. And yeah, right now I like have no clue what I want to read exactly, and nothing is like exciting me. And yeah, so this is definitely gonna come in handy today and I am excited. So we're just gonna jump right in and pick our first book. Maybe we should do 10 this time because last month I think I did 5, but I had 5 that I already knew I wanted to read. So we're just gonna pick 10 this time. I think that'll be good. Here's our first one. Okay, this one says a book that scares me. Okay, aka I feel like it has to be a fantasy book. Okay, so the book I'm gonna choose for this prompt is gonna be Fear the Flame by Olivia Rose Darling. I kind of have high expectations for this book. One, because a YouTuber raved about it, and so usually when she does, I want to read it, but then I'm also like scared I'm not gonna like it. I'm kind of nervous. Also, they don't have this out on Kindle yet, so I will be having to read this on paperback, and I've literally been stuck on my Kindle for literally pretty much the whole year so far. I think I read 1 book on paperback, so, or maybe 2, but yeah, they don't have it on Kindle, so I'm gonna have to read this paperback. So that kind of intimidates me because I don't want to get into a slump trying to have to read this and then like not wanting to pick it up because it's on paperback. Also, there's dragons. It's everything like I really am loving right now, but I'm kind of just scared and hope that it's really good. Now for prompt number 2. Okay, we have, oh gosh, it's long. Oldest book you've purchased. Wow, okay. Quite a few. Well, I actually recently found a picture of like my bookshelf when I first, well, I didn't even have a bookshelf. I have like the little shelf on my walls in my room, and I started my book collecting on that little shelf. I recently actually found a picture of it, so I'm gonna go and look for that really fast and then see what books were on there that I still have, because I know shortly after I got into like my dark romance era and I was selling a lot of those books so that I can buy dark romance books. So I'm gonna see which ones I still have. Okay, so we're gonna try to film this fast because my camera wants to be dying on me, which is my fault because I thought about it yesterday and didn't charge it. So 2 things. While my camera was charging for a few minutes, I decided I had another book that I feared more than Fear the Flames, and I think I'm gonna choose that one instead. And that is gonna be another one that the same YouTuber recommends nonstop and swears by. So I'm gonna read, well, the choice I'm choosing for April's TBR for a book that scares me is When the Moon Hatched, because that one is thick as hell and I'm terrified of it. 2, I hear it's like really hard in the beginning to get into, and a lot of people DNF it right in the beginning, so scary. And then 3, I just really hope I like it. The second choice we had chosen was a book that I've had, what was it? The oldest book I purchased. So I found the photo of my shelves from when I'll probably just put the picture up because you can't really see it that well, but most of them I read. I had like ACOTAR, Hooked, Colleen Hoover books, and I've read most of these books or just don't have an interest in reading them anymore. The only 2 that I would be, 3 would be excited to read would be From Blood and Ash, but that's like a whole big series that I'm not ready to get into because I still need to finish Throne of Glass and Zodiac Academy. And then Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas, and then Archer's Voice. And I was gonna pick up Birthday Girl, but I feel like I'm not like complete. I don't think there's like much of a plot in that story. So I'm gonna go with Archer's Voice because also was on my TBR for March, and I have not read it. Spoiler if this video goes up before my February. What month am I talking about? If this goes up before my March reading wrap up video, so I haven't read that one either. So that's gonna be our choice for that. Book number 3 will be, oh, a 2024 new release. Oh, that's good. Okay. That's like really like recent to save some battery time. We're gonna pick all of our prompts out first. So okay, so that's book 3. I'm gonna pick book 5. We're gonna pick them all out and then I'll just look for them off camera, and then I'll show you guys what I ended up picking. About dragons or robots. Oh, ooh, okay, that's fun. All right, that was 4. Book 5. Ooh, I get a free choice. Okay, that'll be fun. I have no clue what I would choose, but that's that. 6. Oh gosh, with a Z in the title, and all I could think of is Zodiac Academy. A Z in the title. Okay, yeah, I'm glad we're picking them out ahead of time because this is gonna take me a while to like find. It's gonna be book 7. Oh my gosh, my husband's choice. Okay, heads up, I already have a feeling he's gonna make me read like a bio or like a nonfiction book because that's what he reads, and I just know that that's probably, he likes when I read educational stuff. So I already know he's gonna want to pick that. So I'm probably gonna have to like wait till he comes home to do that. 8. Book starts with the. I guess it's not. Oh gosh. I've like looked at this whole row and nothing starts with the. 2 more. Book that starts with the, and here I am thinking a lot of books start with the. Obviously not. Okay, a book with a color in the title. Oh gosh, these are a little bit tricky. That one scared me. Literally, this is nothing. It's literally a blank piece of paper. We love that. We love those mistakes. Okay, a book you have started and stopped. Oh, I only have one that's like on my Goodreads. It's like currently reading, and it's been there forever because I haven't picked it up. Which I'm not sure I want to read because I'm already in the middle of a toxic romance series. So this would be another toxic romance series. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and look for these books, charge my camera while I do that, and then show you guys what we ended up coming up with. Nerve-wracking, right? Okay. Alright guys, I'm back. That took way longer than I planned. And I think I need to just get used to planning out space, at least an hour for, maybe 2 hours for filming and then picking out books, because boy, this is hard. I actually had to end up switching 2 of them. So it was the husband's choice because he's at work and I would want him to like be here to like look at the books or at least be able to read them and like make a choice, but he can't do that while he's at work, so we'll save that one. And then the other one was the one with the Z. I was on Goodreads and I could not find a book that starts with Z. I even started looking at my nonfictions because I'm like, we have to have something with a Z. The only one I found was not even mine, it was my husband's, and it's Ritz and Escoffier, which is like a culinary. They're the people who like founded the culinary industry, and I'm like, I don't need to read that. This is my husband's book. I do not want to read that. So I'm just gonna go through the tags, the prompts one more time, and then the books I picked for them. Okay, so we had the oldest book you've purchased, which I kept the same. Archer's Voice, because again, I had this on my TBR for last month and I did not read it. Oh, I ended up changing. I think I mentioned that in my clip before my camera died, right? I think so. A book that scares you, and I had originally chose Fear the Flame. But I realized another book that scared me even more was When the Moon Hatched, which Rachel from Raven Hair Readers said it was like amazing and she wants everybody to read it. So I'm gonna choose that. It's on Kindle Unlimited, so I will be reading it there. But she annotated it, I think, and it looked really nice. And so I think I might go buy the book because I have another one that I picked that I have to go buy anyways. So 2 books, 1 trip, right? That makes sense. Next one we had chosen was a 2024 release, and I ended up picking, oh, that's gonna be the other one that I have to go buy. It is Expiration Dates by Rebecca Searle. That just came out in March 19th. It just came out, and I really want to read that, so I figured that will be like another book I can go buy while I'm getting When the Moon Hatched, and that is my 2024 pick. For your choice, I decided to go ahead and continue with the Magnolia Park series and starting with Daisy Hates, so that's the one I picked for my choice. The other one I had picked was a book with color in the title. I ended up just sticking with Red Rising because that's the only one literally I can think of. And again, spoiler if this video comes out first, but I think this was on my TBR for last month as well, and I did not get to it. So we're just gonna keep pushing her down until we get to it. The next one was a book that you started and stopped, which I only really have one on my Goodreads that I haven't read because actually this month I finished all the other books that I had started and had put down, and not to DNF them, but just I wasn't in the mood to read it, so I figured I'd come back to them another time. And this one was the only one I had left, so that kind of worked out, and that was Ricochet in the Addicted series, which was what I was explaining before, that I'm going to be reading 2 toxic romance relationships between Magnolia Park series and the Addicted series. So I'm a little scared, but I did start this. I got to chapter 5, so 86 pages or 87 pages in. So I feel like I can probably like get through this, and this is like the smallest book in the Addicted series, so I feel like it won't be too bad reading both of them at the same time. Yeah, one's just gonna have to get read in the beginning of the month and one at the end of the month, so I can space out the pain that will be taking place in my heart. The next prompt pick was a book that starts with "the," which you would think was easy, but it wasn't. So I had 2, which was so funny because I have the physical copy of one, but like I said, I'm very much into reading on my Kindle right now, and I was gonna pick it, and then I'm like, oh, but then I would have to buy that on my Kindle, and I didn't really like, I'm already buying 2 physical books and I won't have to buy another one. So I ended up choosing The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent, which I'm like super in the mood to read this. I was gonna try to squeeze it in March, but I don't want to like rush it, so I'm just gonna, it just worked out to put it into this month's pick, which I'm really excited to read because I was just gifted the novella that is in the, I guess in between, I think you read it in between. And guys, like this cover, hopefully it was one of the girls in my Discord group that gifted me this, and hopefully she watches this because girl, I am still obsessed with this cover. I did not know it looked like this, and I have the other ones in paperback, but now I'm like, are they all like this in the hardcover? Because I will go and get the hardcover of these books just to have them looking so beautiful like that. I want to display it sometime when I get another shelf. So that was my pick for but then literally right when I was gonna go start recording again, I was gifted on Wishlist, like gifting pick in one of the Facebook groups, and guys, she got me the 7-year slip, which was my other option, and I wasn't sure. So I think I'm just gonna go both because I've been reading a lot of fantasy, and I think I want to try to like space it out. So we'll see if I'm in the whatever I'm in the mood for, but I do want to try to read The 7-Year Slip because I have heard great things about this too, and now I have it on my Kindle. So I cheated and I put 2 for the prompt. The next one was the one that said a book about dragons or robots. I don't really know if I want to do robots, so I ended up I was gonna say it twice. So I ended up just picking the same one I had in the beginning, which was Fear the Flames, because I'm assuming there's dragons in it. But I would assume so because there's dragons here in the cover, right? So I don't know, but she's a little thick too, and again, this is not on Kindle, so I don't know if we're gonna make it, but hopefully we do because I am really excited to read this. I hear it's really, really great. These are the 2 that I ended up swapping out, which for Husband's Choice and the letter Z. The first one was a book with a verb in the title, which I thought, again, why is this gotta be so difficult? But then I went onto my Kindle library and I had The Drowning Woman, which I actually was gonna start the other night, and then I kind of like wasn't in the mood for that, so I started something else. But I thought that would be perfect because I keep hearing that that book is so good, and of course you guys know I like to have like a little bit of everything in my monthly books, especially since I've been getting into thrillers more. So The Drowning Woman by Robin Harding, that's the one we're choosing for the verb, which I'm excited about because I hear really good things about it. And then our last one that I swapped out, it was a sports romance, which it was like a no-brainer for me because I haven't read many sports romance books. But this one, you guys know in my haul video, I just recently got this one, and it's The Wall of Winnipeg and Me, which is a football romance book by Mariana Zapata. So that was pretty easy for me to choose that one. Now, I also have my Facebook book club group, a Facebook whatever, our Facebook book club, and then also on Discord we do another book club read together. But I kind of try to match them because I asked them what they wanted to read, and they gave me a few options, and so I ended up putting them on the Facebook voting poll. So Love Redesigned right now is like winning, which I kind of want to read that too as another romance. So right now the 2 that are tied are The Drowning Woman and Love Redesigned, and usually whatever's like in the lead kind of end up being our pick. So I feel like Love Redesigned might win because a lot of the girls on Discord wanted to read that one too. So I will say, I'm just gonna take a reach and say that Love Redesigned will be our Facebook book club choice for the month of April, and probably end up being our Discord one too because the girls on there really wanted to read this one as well. So yeah, I think that's it. I think that's gonna wrap up our April TBR because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How do we end up with 9? Oh, 10, 11 books because Drowning Woman on my Kindle, and then expiration dates that I need to buy, or I'll probably just buy it on my Kindle as well. So yeah, that's our TBR. I'm very excited for this month. I'm always excited for every month. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed my madness per usual, and let me know if you guys will be reading any of the books that I chose as well this month, or if you have read them, let me know of your thoughts to kind of motivate me to read them. And I will see you guys in my next video.